Hi guys, welcome back. I honestly have a confession. I love talking to you guys. I love it with all of my heart. And watch out for me this week because I am coming into your space because this week's day is very important. So, if you're married, about to get married, or you're in a relationship, or you're courting somebody that I know, or you are chiking a lady, or you know a guy is onto you, girl, guy, watch out for me. I'm coming for you. So let's dive into it. This week's day is very important. But before we go on, I love to ask a golden question. How was last week? Gosh, I feel like I have been very rude all my life. And I'm just so glad that I listened to it over and over again last week. And I'm glad I can make amends. That's the most beautiful thing. I can make me better, and it's not about my partner, it's just about what makes me a better person. And I am ready, willing to grow, and I hope you are. So this week's there is love is not irritable. Proverbs 16:32 says, he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules the spirit than he who captures a city. Love is hard to offend and quick to forgive. How easily do you get irritated and offended? Some people live by the motto, never pass up an opportunity to get upset with your spouse. When something goes wrong, they quickly take full advantage of it by expressing how hurt or frustrated they are. But this is the opposite reaction of love. To be irritable means to be near the point of a knife, not far from being poked. People who are irritable are locked, loaded, and ready to overreact. When under pressure, love doesn't turn sour. Minor problems don't yield major reactions. The truth is, love does not get angry or hurt unless there is a legitimate and just reason in the sight of God. A loving husband will remain calm and patient, showing mercy and restraining his temper. Rage and violence are out of the question. A loving wife is not overly sensitive or cranky, but exercises emotional self control. She chooses to be a flower among the thorns and respond pleasantly during prickling situations. If you're working under the influence of love, you will be a joy, not a jerk. Ask yourself, am I a calming breeze or a storm waiting to happen? Why do people become irritable? There are at least two key reasons that contribute to it. First, stress. Stress weighs you down, drains your energy, weakens your health, and invites you to be cranky. It can be brought on by relational causes, arguing, division, and bitterness. There are also excessive causes, overworking, overplaying, or overspending, and there are deficiencies, not getting enough rest, nutrition, or exercise. Oftentimes, we inflict these daggers on ourselves, and this sets us up to be irritable. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. This means you must balance, prioritize, and pace yourself. Too often, we throw caution to the wind and run full steam ahead, doing what feels right at the moment. Soon, we are gasping for air, wound up in knots and ready to snap. The increasing pressure can wear away at our patience and our relationship. The Bible can help you avoid unhealthy stress. It teaches you to let love guide your relationship so you aren't caught up in unnecessary argument. To pray through your anxieties instead of tackling them on your own. Philippians 4:6-7. To delegate when you're overworked. Exodus 18:17-23. To avoid overindulgence. Proverbs 25:16. It also exalts you to take a Sabbath day every week for your worship and rest. This strategically allows you time to recharge, refocus, and add margin or breathing room to your weekly schedule. By establishing these breaks and extra spaces, you will place cushion between you and the pressure around you, reducing the stress that keeps you on edge around your mates. But there is a second, deeper reason why you become irritable: selfishness. When you are irritable, the heart of the problem is primarily a problem of the heart. Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speak. Matthew 12:34. Some people are like lemons. When life squeezes them, they pour out a sour response. Some are more like peaches. When the pressure is on, the result is still sweet. Being easily angered is an indicator that a hidden area of selfishness or insecurity is present where love is supposed to rule. But selfishness also wears many other masks. Lust, for example, is the result of being ungrateful for what you have and choosing to covet or burn with passion for something that is forbidden. When your heart is lustful, it will become easily frustrated and angered. Bitterness takes root when you respond in a judgmental way and refuse to walk through your anger. A bitter person's unresolved anger leaks out when he is provoked. Greed for more money and possession will frustrate you with unfulfilled desires. This strong craving coupled with dissatisfaction lead you to lash out at anyone who stands in your way. Pride leads you to act harshly in order to protect your ego and reputation. Fear of embarrassment causes overreaction. This motivation can never be satisfied. But when love enters your heart, it calms you down and inspires you to quit focusing on yourself. It loosens your grasp and helps you let go of unnecessary things. Love will lead you to forgive instead of holding a grudge, to be grateful instead of greedy, to be content rather than rushing into more debt. Love encourages you to be happy when someone else succeeds rather than lying awake at night in envy. Love says, share the inheritance rather than fight with your relative. It reminds you to prioritize your family rather than sacrifice them for a promotion at work. In each decision, love ultimately lowers your stress and helps you release the venom that can build up inside. It then set up your heart to respond to your spouse with patience and encouragement rather than anger and exasperation. Today's day. Choose today to start reacting to tough circumstances in your relationship or marriage with love instead of irritation. Begin by making a list below of areas where you need to add margin to your schedule. Then, list any selfish motivation that you need to release from your life. Oh, how was today's day? How do you feel? Do you feel on the hot seat? Do you feel like you've been very, very irritable? If yes, I just want you to know that you're not that bad. And for you listening to this means that you really, really want to be a better person and you can do it, and so can I. So please try to do this week's day and try as much as possible to take out things that you feel like is really affecting you right now. It might take a whole lot of time. It might not just be a week, but keep practicing it. And I promise you, you'll be better. Till I see you next week, have a lovely, lovely week.